Hello, everyone. Welcome to my spiritual sanctuary. My name is Sandra. Welcome in, welcome in. Come on in and have a seat. It is Feng Shui Friday, and it is April 14th today. So happy Friday, and hope everybody got their taxes done, okay, before the deadline. I guess it's next Monday or Tuesday. I did get mine done. I'm very happy. That's over with for another year, right? So today we're going to get into the metaphysical world, so a little bit. And because we talked about Ascension last week, I was thinking this morning and, about what I would talk about. And automatically I got the song in my head, Stairway to Heaven, and I started listening to the words and, Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin, and I realized how powerful that song is in my life and about Ascension. So I've included the words in my newsletter. You can kind of peruse those, and I will put a link on my detailed YouTube below to the song if you want to listen to it. But, the way it is this week is the Stairway to Heaven. We'll be talking about there's still time to change the road you're on, right? Before we go into Mercury retrograde on when is that? That's the 21st to the May 14th. We're in the pre-shadow period right now, so communication could be a little bumpy right now. And we're almost there. So we're also going to have the new moon in Aries combined with the total solar eclipse on the 20th of April. So we have a lot of planetary things coming in, and there's more than just that. And it's all about change and more change. So there is still time to change the road you're on, right? Stairway to Heaven. So anybody who's interested in Ascension, upgrading your mind, body, and spirit, well, I'm here to talk about that a little bit today in relation to Feng Shui. Now, in Feng Shui, we have the three Sanchai, all right, the three Sanchai of heaven, earth, and human chi. And what that is so the earth part of it is the Feng Shui of the space. But when we look at the heaven aspect of things, we're looking at the astrology. We're looking at how the energies are hitting the cosmos energies are hitting the space. We're looking at your Bazai chart. We're looking at, how that affects your space. We're also looking at, what people and occupants, what does your chart look like in relation to your space? So we're looking at the heaven cosmology, and then combined with those decisions that you make with the heaven and the earth is being the Feng Shui of the space, you make decisions, right? So the human chi is also, there's a recipe for making better decisions from an ascension of a higher mind, a higher self, increasing the vibration in your space so that you are operating at the optimum, and the positive energy is at an optimum level. Everything is working smoothly in conjunction. So that is the three Sanchai that we refer to in Feng Shui. So when we talk about Ascension, and I am going to talk a little about the 12 Stargates of Ascension and the ancient wisdom of Egypt. I've got a little bit of information that I've put in my newsletter about Ascension, what it is, and what the process is of Ascension. Because a lot of people will ask me, I've heard about Ascension, but I really don't know what the first thing to do to help me to ascend to a higher level. What do? I have no idea what that looks like. Well, in the ancient mystery schools of Egypt, Ascension was part of the schooling in the mystery schools there. It was just like Feng Shui. It was used as a type of a medicine for those in those schools to elevate, to become an initiate, to work through life in a higher vibration. So I thought, okay, well, let's continue on our subject matter of Ascension, being that we just had the resurrection last Sunday. Everything, have you probably feeling the energy has shifted and changed a bit. And now with the total solar eclipse coming in, and also Mercury retrograde. Now, the Mercury retrograde is a time that we reassess, realign, review, right, our lives. And it's in fiery Aries, so Aries all about first house, identity, the self, what do I want to be? How do I want to move? And I talked a little bit about that last week. And then when we are in Mercury retrograde, we want to reassess all of our, our life up until this point. And how do we want to manufacture? Where did that come from? Okay. How do we want to manufacture or manifest our lives moving forward as we're moving into period 9 in 2024, and we're moving into a brand new 20-year cycle, all about energy and spirituality, and as I talked about last week. So watch that video if you haven't watched that video, because it'll be a precursor to this one. So now we're going to reassess, review. Let's talk a little bit about the steps of how we elevate our soul, our life purpose, so that we can attract more light into our lives. And with the Aries full moon and the total solar eclipse, that's a time to release and surrender those things that aren't serving you anymore, so that you can allow the new things to come in and flow. Important to know what those are. So it would be good for you to write down and project, what is it that you want your period, even the next 20 years, to look like? All right. What do you want the next, well, let's just go to the end of 2023. What do you want to happen until then? What do you want to happen until, next year or the next 5 years? I mean, let's say that period 9 is all about completion. It's about retirement. It's about, well, for some of us who are in that age group, but it's a completion. It's a mastery. It's, it's unpredictable too. It's not anything. We've been in period 8, which has been all about earth, which is very grounded energy, very stable. And now we're moving into fire, which, like a flickering fire, it's all over the place. So maybe a little bit of lack of instability, which would require us to have, a better handle on who we are as we're moving through, which I talked about, last week. So let's just talk a little bit about the path of light. What is Ascension? Okay. So if you listen to the Stairway to Heaven, the song by Led Zeppelin, it really does talk a little bit about ascending ourselves. And it really does talk to our souls about, it's time to change the road you're on so that you can have a better life. So what is Ascension? All right. Ascension is the path of light. It's the path of light and a way of life that requires the person to seek illumination of their Merkaba. What's the Merkaba, right? The Merkaba is the energy field surrounding your aura, okay? Your aura that's around your body. And it activates on its own as a result of a change in your consciousness, okay? So consciousness is the key. You're elevating your consciousness. So this means that an enlightened person's magnetic field reflects the fact that they have developed a pattern of consciousness that allows for unlimited perspective due to the limitations of the physical dimension, right? So you're no longer living in you're grounded in some respects because you have a physical body, right? We talked about that last week. But you are coming from an unlimited perspective in your consciousness. You're elevating your consciousness. So, so therefore, the aim of ascension, therefore, is to bring about full illumination of the light body, your aura, right? Your energy system. And ascension refers to the ingestion of new energetic vibrational frequencies that occurs as a person completes a stage in an initiation process. Okay, so what's that? The initiation process is when you're going through things in your life that are challenging. Okay, you're being initiated into how are you going to move through those. They can also be happy initiations as well, like weddings, graduations, receiving awards, and that's also initiations of how are you going to move through those, as well as the challenging ones. So, as a student of the ascension process, as maybe some of you are, or most of you are, that are listening to this video, the student of ascension moves through the different stages of initiation, and their bodies will be called upon to absorb higher frequencies of light for the purpose of fully illuminating their Makarbha. Right? So in order for the body and the energy system to carry these higher degrees of vibrational frequencies, the lower frequencies must be released and replaced. This is easily accomplished when the student learns to master the activation and balance of the chakra system. Okay. So let's talk about the chakras, right? As we're moving on up through the chakra system, our first chakra is our survival mode. It's, our tribe. It's our conditioning. It's all of our people and places. It's our groundedness to the earth. First chakra, right? We're moving on up to the second chakra, which is all about relationships and the sexual organs, and moving on up then to the third chakra, we're moving into personal will, your personal power, the solar plexus, okay? And then we're moving up to the heart chakra, right? The fourth chakra. And then the fifth chakra is our voice, how we speak our truth. Sixth chakra is between the brow, right? It's our intuition, our third eye, and getting intuitive hits. And our seventh chakra is our crown chakra, and that's where we have our higher self and we receive divine guidance from the divine. So moving on up. So this is easily accomplished when the student learns to master the activation and balance out the chakras. Okay, so when we're talking about survival, we're talking about, money, finances, housing, the first chakra. When we're talking about emotions with relationships, when we're talking about our personal will, how we move through the world, when we're talking about how we love, when we're talking about how we speak in our communication, when we're talking about what we listen to in our third intuition, our eye, what we're taking in, and then what we're taking in from the divine in our crown chakra, we need to master that balance throughout our lives in order to master ascension and bring those higher frequencies into our light body, our energy body, and release those lower frequencies as those lower energy vibrations, fear, anger, hate, conflict, apathy. All those lower ones need to be replaced with a higher energy vibration. A great book to read is what is that book on the Power versus Force? Power versus Force. It has a chart in there of all the emotional aspects and how they're rated on an energetic scale. So in the beginning, stages of ascension. Let me put my glasses on so I can see. In the beginning, these stages of ascension, the energy will move completely through each chakra, realigning the lower chakras to complement the higher energy of the higher chakras flowing in. Each time a step is taken in the ascension process, a new biological and biochemical structure is created to hold this new vibration. This new structure is a cell, and the cell not only becomes charged with divine light, it quickly reproduces itself to match the perfection found in the universal pattern of creation, which is where all living things originate. So don't you think that if you continue to charge your cells with the divine light of the Creator, you would remain healthy, balanced in your emotions? It would not attract disease and illness into your life. And all things are beautiful in the world, right? When you're ascending higher. So it becomes a process that we go through in the initiation process. When we go through challenges in our life, that initiation, how do we respond to that? All right. And when we have the happy events, how do we respond to those? So that's a little bit about the process of ascension, okay? And then we have the 12 Stargates of ascension. So these are like gates that we go through, the Stargates. And if you have been listening to me for a while, I did a guided meditation through Lion's Gate. I think it was maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I did a video. I'm going to see if I can find it. I will attach it if I can find it. In which I went through each Stargate to ascend to Lion's Gate, the constellation of Orion, and bringing in the energy of the sun for ascension. So powerful meditation it was. And it was for Lion's Gate 8-8, that 8-8 portal opening. So that was really beautiful. I'll see if I can find it for you guys. But in a nutshell, I'm going to be really brief because not everybody's ready for, let's just say, these 12 ascensions. You may only be ready for 1 or 2 right now. You may, be ready for maybe even 4 of them. It just depends on, how you are moving through the world and what you've experienced and how ready you are to receive these initiations as you are moving into the world of energy, okay? As we're moving into more of a metaphysical approach to life instead of the matrix, actually, stepping outside the matrix and ascending to, that level of the 5D where all things are created, all unseen forces are powerful. So the 12 Stargates of Ascension, the first Stargate, that's the gate of the human ego, our will, our power, and our drive, okay? The preparation in this particular gate includes the opening the conscious mind to the realization that there are many different levels of consciousness, okay? We have many different levels of consciousness. And maybe I'll do a video just on those because that would be a whole hour right in itself, okay? But just opening yourself up to knowing that you can elevate your consciousness and get out of that human ego, okay? So that's the first one. And the work to be done includes the mastery of the physical personality. So you're working with your personality, you're working with the physical body, and you're working with the first chakra, okay? Then we have the Stargates 2. We have the gate of love and wisdom. All right, and so this one is the preparation, includes setting emotional patterns that will open the subconscious mind, releasing all of those subconscious behavior patterns that come from our conditioning and their automatic responses. So we're opening up to that second chakra. So the work to be done, it includes the release of feelings and beliefs that trap us in our emotions, and using discernment in how we're moving through the world. Okay? And we're kind of merging our stability with our emotions, and we're balancing those out, first and second chakra. Stargate 3 is the gate of active intelligence. Okay, so that would be the ability to manipulate the thought forms. And preparation includes, setting mental images that will open the conscious mind so it can receive the knowledge found in the higher levels of consciousness. So it's just expanding the mind, starting to be creative about your thinking. And the work to be done includes the mastery of your thoughts, knowing what you're thinking, and activation of, knowing what you're thinking and being able to, make different decisions based on your now limiting beliefs are being taken away. And now you're working with active intelligence with the universe. All right, I know there's more on that, but this, like I said, this could be a whole course, really, and the thing is I'm just going to kind of throw a little bit at you just to kind of open your mind, expand your consciousness, so that maybe, you can start to think bigger in terms of your ascension process and what you're going through. Stargate 4 is the gate of harmony through conflict. All right, that's our heart chakra. So preparation includes the merging of your thinking of the conscious mind and the emotions of the subconscious mind. So here you need to learn how to balance the masculine and feminine energy, and how to release all material things and your want around them. And this is your broadcasting station out to the world, that you are living in complete harmony. You are releasing the ego, and you are really in harmony in all things. So your emotions are balanced. You're in a mind of harmony and balancing the masculine and feminine as a result. In your, we're all masculine and feminine energies. And masculine would be the yang side of us, and the feminine is the yin part of us. So let's see, now moving on through, we have gate 5, which is expression of your divine will. Okay, what does that mean? Well, preparation includes setting mental and emotional patterns and connecting with the 4 energetic bodies: spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical. So learning to be silent and increasing your awareness of your inner voice, listening and being silent. So going into meditation, prayer, listening, being silent, listening for those inner guidance from the divine to come through. Okay, and then speaking those through the 5th chakra, expression of the divine will, speaking about your divine self that you're becoming. Okay. The gate 6 is the gate of entry into the realm of spiritual awareness, because by this time you're now at the 6th chakra, right? So your increased intuition is really increased and expanded over time. And therefore, the preparation includes the merging of all 3 minds: conscious, subconscious, and your superconscious, right? So what you're to do, the work includes using your intuition to see beyond the obvious and awakening of the evolutionary personality, becoming the ascension. Becoming the personality becomes the ascension, and learning to live your life through your intuition. Okay, that's self-directed, and I've talked about that. Not being distracted by what's happening in the external world, but being self-directed, because all the guidance you're receiving from the divine and the active intelligence is coming through you to give you those cues on how to move forward. Okay. All right. Stargate 7 is the gate into your higher self. 7. right? So the gate into your higher self, that preparation includes mastering all of your thoughts and balancing emotions for the purpose of integrating spiritual knowledge and physical knowledge, okay? The work to be done here is self-mastery and activation of the higher brain through the pineal gland. So what does that mean? Self-mastery and activation of the higher brain. So your information that you're receiving from the seventh chakra, from the divine will, is coming through, and that is how you move through your life once again. And you're merging that with the intuition, higher mind, with the intuition, with the sixth chakra, and then on down. So all of those decisions you're making for your finances in the first chakra are coming from the higher self, okay? All right. And then Stargate 8 is the gate of self-remembering and entrance into the spirit world. Okay, so what does that mean? The gate of self-remembering and entrance into the spirit world is preparation for cleansing all of your karma from past lives and reviewing your Akashic records. And, you know, some of you will understand what that means, some of you won't, and I can talk more about that later. But cleansing your karma from past lives is because you're not creating karma anymore. You probably worked through all of your karma from your past lives. You're karma free as you're moving forward. And now you're self-remembering who you were in your past lives through the Akashic records, which is the library that your soul is recorded in, and all of your information of all of the lives that you have lived before is available to you in this particular life, okay? So the work to be done is increasing awareness of repetitive mental and emotional patterns that are not serving you well in this lifetime, okay? So we're always doing that work of releasing. All right, and then the Stargate 9 is the gateway that attracts the wisdom of the divine force. And the divine force is the preparation, learning how to open the doorway to the realization of one's full potential. That's your life purpose. So the work to be done includes, you know, who are you and what is your identity now? It's your evolutionary personality to uncover natural talents and your God-given gifts. And that is exactly what we're going to be doing here in Aries, at the Aries new moon, and also with this total solar eclipse, is eclipsing out the old and allowing our new talents and God-given gifts to come into full potential. Okay. And then we're moving on to Stargate 10, the gate that flows the light of the divine force and represents physical death and rebirth. Okay, but we don't have to die this lifetime in order to be rebirthed. We just die of the old self and we begin to reborn the new self. Okay, and like I said, it's a process. Is it easy? No, it's not easy. Is it worth it? Yes, it's very much worth it. And anybody can do it if you just put your emphasis on self-love, self-esteem, living your best life, making different choices and decisions for yourself. You can do it. Stargate 11, the gate of compassion and the pathway of the resurrection, which we just had last week. And I love that. I just love that. And preparation includes learning to look inside versus outside for acceptance and love. No longer do I need anybody to accept me for who I am, because I accept myself. I love myself exactly for who I am, and I honor that in the world, okay? So the work to be done includes the mastery of loving oneself unconditionally. And then last but not least, we have Stargate 12, the anchoring gate to the divine force and the cosmic consciousness. Okay, its preparation includes the honoring of the needs of all the four bodies, spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical, And the work to be done includes activating the 24-strand DNA for the purpose of bringing all of the cells to full illumination. And that is a process as well. There's a process just to activate the 24 strands. And of course, when you get to that point, I can help you with that. Having done that and practiced it many times over, I can help you with that. So the work to be done is activating those 24 strands, and that is like full unity, coming into a unity conscious, a humanity conscious that you have perfected, and well, not perfected, but you have worked on yourself enough, like I said, that is being interdependent, not dependent, not codependent, interdependent, because you've already come into full illumination of self, and then you can help the others around you do it as well. Okay? And that's, my friends, is how we ascend the world. And by ascending ourselves, it's that ripple effect. We put it out to the world, and everything grows, evolves, because we have ascended, okay? And it's a beautiful thing to be a ripple effect for that, to see how it plays out in other people's lives, and it affects them, and it affects, other generations. So, these old generational curses, these ancestry lines that were never cleared before in past lives, can be cleared in this lifetime, and you can be the one to do it. And that's a beautiful thing. So yeah, it's great. So we're at 31 minutes, and that is Ascension in a nutshell in 30 minutes. I can't believe I could do that in 30 minutes, but we did. And please sign up for the newsletter below, and put all your information in so you can get my newsletter every Friday. It goes out, and keep in touch that way. Let's see what else. We've got some healing energy coming in. I understand Spirit would like me to pick a few cards. I wasn't going to, because I know we're running long, but we're going to do it. Stress management. Somebody needs stress management this week. Your guardian angel is telling you rest, rejuvenate, and release the stress in whatever way you can. Meditation and prayer is very good for that. You can start your ascension process loving yourself enough to give yourself some time to go in and pray and meditate and understand what the divine is trying to tell you about stress, okay? Because that is, not a good thing to carry around with you. So stress management, somebody needs to hear that this week. Okay, and then we have Indriel. You are a light worker, and God needs you to shine your divine light and love like an angel upon the earth and all of its inhabitants, okay? And that's what I do every day. I try to be the light for everybody who is still in the darkness. And as we move on through, I hope that this has helped you so that you can pass the light on to others, so that they can become a beacon of light for others and their families and their friends and everybody they love. So be a light worker this week, okay? And come out of the stress, because you cannot help others if you are in stress yourself. Take care of yourself and your health. Let's pull one I Ching card. Oh, there goes my necklace. All right. Let's pull one I Ching card and see what we got here. Returning. Let's see. Returning. And that is hexagram 24. Everything has a cycle, and this one for you is starting again. So we're ending a cycle and starting a new one. this time it has renewed vigor and enthusiasm. It is a new beginning, and you have learned a lot from the past. Yes, you have. So I will pull hexagram 24 and do a very short video on that one for you, okay? And so watch for that one coming this weekend, all right? All right, you guys, that's it for today. And I want to wish everybody a wonderful week ahead. And I will see you next Friday for more Feng Shui Friday, okay? Until we meet again, stay in the love and the light. Namaste, my friends.